All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I would like to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Kakwadash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of GMS who rule well, teach well, being great examples towards younger brothers. And peace and blessing salutations to the hopeful elect out there pushing his word and truth and in sincerity across the four winds in the name of Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shah. Pushing to get up out of here. Shalom to the hopeful elect, the believers, the listeners whom have came back to the obedience of the scriptures through faith in Yahweh Bashim Al Shai. All right, and what I want to go into, all right, today is just dealing with All right, Esau the adversary. Just listen to the live lesson. All right, live camp from last night from brothers out in Dallas, and just sparked a lot of talking points. If they was going into Eastern customs, versus the West, and one thing that we found out, is we have learned, who we are, our customs, our heritage, and we're learning, the reason, why the Lord, has certain laws, all right, implemented, for us to govern ourselves with, and what we're coming to find out, that the West, all right, is a culture of death. It's a culture, all right, that it pleases the flesh, okay, but it destroys it destroys the people. It pleases the flesh, but it destroys the people. And the reason why you see that a lot of people are addicted, to Western culture, because it doesn't require any discipline. It doesn't require accountability. It doesn't require, you know, doing for others. Being nation-minded. All right, it's all about being the individual, and people are addicted to that, man. They're carefree, they're nonchalant. Just make it up as you go. Okay, no structure. As long as it feel good. That's pretty much the mantra, all right, or the theme of Western culture. If it feel good, do it. If it feel good, do it. There's no thought. There's no, no structure, no plan. It's just if you feel good, do it. And that's the exact opposite, okay, of how Yahweh Bashim Al Shai, intended for us to be as a people, and He intended us to be that example of righteousness for the nations to follow after, man. Okay? Now, I want to get this in Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 2, verse 20, 23. It said, "For the Most High created man to be immortal," and that man was speaking of Adam. Okay? And how was Adam created to be immortal? He was given that breath, the breath of life. Okay? Because you have these Edomites, speaking about being immortal, okay, but you don't even know how to live, okay, one lifetime right, okay? You your whole life is spent on spreading death. These Edomites, all they brought to the earth is death, man. And every philosophy that they present to the world is the way to be is nothing but a philosophy of death, man. But they know how to dress it up as liberty, an improvement, okay? What they say, progressive, they use those terms, all right? But ultimately, it's all rooted in death, okay? But immortality begins, okay, with the wisdom of how to exist in the earth, man, according to the standard of Yahweh Bashim Al Shai. And Esau, he's adverse to that. He's completely adverse to that. And his rulership is getting everyone else to be adverse to righteousness, man. Under Esau's rulership, the earth is in the all-out rebellion. Okay? And this is why we see people complaining, all right, about this man so much, okay, because they've listened and tried to live to his standard and his way, all right, but the results are always horrible, man. Like I say, it's cute in the beginning, okay, as a man, all right, you're just going around feeding your flesh, okay, indulging, that party life, okay. Yeah, it's cute, but then at the end, when it's time to build, you don't have no skills to really build and establish something. You have nothing to pass down, even if it's just wisdom or a way, all right, to be. You don't have it to pass down because you spent the whole time living after the flesh, man. Okay? Verse 23 says, "For the Most High created man to be immortal and made him to be an image of his own eternity. Nevertheless, through envy of the devil came death into the world, and they that do hold on his side do find it." Okay, so what the serpent did in the garden, he seen the order and the structure how Adam was ruling with, man. Okay, he seen the woman in order. All right, he seen how Adam, was disciplined. Okay, didn't have, he wasn't living after the flesh. Okay, how he was setting things up, organizing everything, man. How, he was a good, because the scriptures say how Adam, was made to watch over the garden. Okay, which is ultimately the earth. All right, was a paradise. You know, so Adam, was given watch or given dominion in the earth. Okay, and it spoke about how he, named the animals. Okay, that's just one thing that he was doing. He was putting everything in order. All right, he had to be living according to the Levitical diet. So the oysters and the foods that was meant to clean the earth, they was allowed to clean the earth. And Esau, all right, was a serpent, which in the spirit we already know. All right, Esau, is that old serpent. That's why I spoke about that old serpent in Revelation. Okay, if you could receive it in the spirit. But yeah, Esau was seeing Adam rule his kingdom with order. Okay, he was seeing, how things was just flourishing. Okay, he was seeing, just the wisdom of the Most High flourishing in the earth under Adam. Okay, and it said through envy of the devil came death. And what did the serpent do? He got Eve, to consider another way, a way outside of it. You know, he got Eve to pretty much believe, all right, that the way of witchcraft, the way of deception, the way of personal gain and, individualism, which goes back to Satanism, he presented it to Eve. Okay? And the scripts say what? Eve saw that it was good to the flesh. Okay? It was good to the flesh. And that's why you see we live in a society that everybody makes decisions based on the flesh. You know, nothing is based in order. Nothing is based with the thought of how could this affect my lineage down the line. See, Esau sold the birthright. He didn't think about how it would affect his lineage on down the line. Okay, let's prove it. You see, that short mind, that short-term way of thinking. you know, that's the type of thinking that this man has brought to the earth. That short-term thinking, okay? And all you get is to please your flesh out the deal. Okay? Which there's nothing wrong with pleasure. Pleasure ain't wicked. But when you have pleasure when it's out of order, all right, and you're a slave to your pleasure, then it becomes detrimental. Not only to you, okay, but to the generation after. You know? Like you look at this current society, all right, we're suffering based off decisions from generations, all right, before us, man. You know, because the we're suffering from the feminism that was pushed in the '60s before a lot of us was even born. Okay, we're suffering from a street culture, okay, that was glorified, all right, and and made honorable before we was born. You know, a lot of us, man, we was born into the madness, man, based off decision making, okay, of our people, based in the flesh. You know, so when you go in Genesis, I believe that's Genesis. Hey, that's a beautiful point, brother. That's a beautiful point. It's a beautiful point. The brother GMS pray always hope for elect. Esau replaced what works with what feels good. Okay? And he's the master at that, man. And what does he do before he replace what works, what feels good? He demonize what works. You know, he makes it feel like it's oppressive. He makes it feel as if you're being hindered. You know, he came. What did he say to Eve? Okay, well, the Most High know when you eat of this, you shall be like gods. Okay, so he made it seem as if Eve was missing out on something. Because you look at the woman, their thing was, all right, that they was missing out. Like it's more to life than being a wife and the mother. Like it got to be more. Like he pushed it like you're missing out. Like you can be so much more. You just gonna be his wife. You just gonna listen to him. Okay. So what he does, he demonizes what works, and then he replaces what works with what feels good. Okay. It feels good as I know. You gotta understand as a woman, it feels good. Not to have to answer to no man, to have your own money. Not to have to ask nobody about spending money. You can just spend at your leisure. You got everything set up. Okay, you the head of the house. You know, you don't have to cook and clean. You make enough money where you can eat out most of the time. Okay, you can just send your children to the school and you do you. Okay, you can go on these girl trips. You know, you can deal with different men according to what you like. You see? But then when you see how the children develop in that type of environment, and then you see the trauma on the back end and the misery on the back end of these women after they done had their fun, all right, that's because they replace what works for what feels good. You got your feel good, you got your feel good out of the situation. Okay? But then long term, what does it create, man? Dysfunction, chaos, extreme violence. Okay? Because everyone is so focused on the feel good, no one was concerned about the long term. No one was concerned about the generation after, man. Okay? No one was concerned, all right, about, all right, how the decision making that we make, how it will affect our lineage, man. All right, so let's go here to Genesis 25. Because what was Esau mindset, man? All right, this is Genesis 25 and 28. And it says, and Isaac loved Esau because he did eat of his venison, but Rebekah loved Jacob. And Jacob sighed pottage, and Esau came from the field and was faint. And Esau said to Jacob, feed me, I pray thee, with that same red pottage, for I am faint. Therefore was his name called Edom, which goes back to red. Okay? And Jacob said, sell me this day thy birthright. And Esau said, behold, I am to the point to die, and what profit shall this birthright do to me? So listen to Esau's mindset. He's not thinking about how the decision he's finna make over one meal. Okay? Over one meal, the decision that he's about to make from this one meal, how it would affect his descendants, the generations after. Okay? Because now we're in a time where, guess what? These Edomites are about to go into captivity based on this decision. Okay? Your descendants are about to suffer. Esau's descendants are going to suffer based on his decision. Now, we know it was all set up in the spirit, okay, for Jacob to get the birthright. All right, the scriptures speak about Israel, my firstborn. Okay, but we're just going into the mindset behind this event, because this is the mindset that runs this society. Okay, this is the mindset on every level, because you don't have to, be in Hollywood and go through the rituals, to sell out to Esau Edom. If you, all right, if you live your life according to this man's philosophy, you've pretty much sold out, all right, to this man's way. Like a nigga okay, that comes, in that Christian spirit, or Jake that's, into street culture, and, or Jake that's all about this society and trying to be, a entrepreneur and fix, things monetarily. Well, he sold out to this way, because you got to conform. The more you deal with this world, the more you got to conform to this world, man. Okay? So you're pretty much are selling out, all right, to this man's ways. A woman that's a feminist, okay, that's strong, independent, rebellious. Can't no man tell me nothing, that spirit. But guess what? You sold out to the philosophies of the devil, okay? You sold out to the philosophies of the devil, man. All right? You're not thinking about, okay? Because see, one thing about this truth, it makes us think about down the line, you know? Like now we're thinking, like I said, going back to generational thinking. Esau wasn't thinking generational right here. He thought about what he wanted at the moment. And look how that type of decision making, the culture that it led for our people. Okay? What you want at the moment. Okay? Look how many men are in prison, all right, or dead based on what they wanted at the moment. Okay, look how many terrible situations our women put themselves in by what they want at the moment. What felt good at that moment, and they made long-term decisions based on what felt good at the moment. Well, Esau did that. All right, he said, uh, Genesis 25:32, and Esau said, "Behold, I am at the point to die, and what profit shall this birthright do to me?" He didn't see any profit, okay, of that birthright. All right, at that moment, he wasn't thinking long term. Okay, but our forefathers, they had a mindset to think long term, and we're going to get that. First, let's get this real quick. I think that's Malachi 3. Yep, because now you see the way that our people think is based on is based on the in the moment. Everybody just thinking in the moment, you know. And you go here, and that's the way of the adversary, man. you know. This is Micah 3:14. It says, "You have said it is vain to serve the Most High," and that's how our people feel. And who has our people thinking like this, man? The adversary. Okay, that's why he got that YOLO spirit. That's why our people run themselves ragged in this life, trying to get to that prosperity, that standard of prosperity that Esau set for them, man. Okay, um, you got all our people trying to be the same thing, and it's all in vanity, man. Okay, a goddamn a gangster. Everyone's trying to be a gangster rapper. Okay, like, what does that do for a nation? Like, that does nothing for the nation, man. It's vain. Or you see everybody trying to imitate a bad bitch off Instagram. All the women. Like, what does that do? you know? But Esau pushes our people to run themselves raggedy to chase these standards of vanity, man. And it makes you to be adverse, okay? It makes you be an adversary to Yahweh Shem Al Shai. If a brother can put that definition for adversary, Baba Kashaf, brothers on mine. All right. This is Micah 3:14. It says, this is Malachi 3:14. So like it says, no, matter of fact, I started 13. It says, "Your words have been stout against me, said the Lord. Yet ye say, what have we spoken so much against thee? You have said it is vain to serve the Most High, and what profit, all right, is it when we have kept, all right, that we have kept his ordinances, and that we have walked mournfully before the Lord of hosts, and now we call the proud happy. Yeah, they that work wickedness are set up. Yeah, they tempt the Most High. They that tempt the Most High are delivered." Okay? And this is what our people mimic. Our people mimic Edomites. Our people standard of prosperity is based on Edomite lifestyle. Okay, the woman, okay, the modern woman, all right, doesn't think, she doesn't look at you as a successful man if you can't provide that middle class, upper middle class that these Edomites, all right, these Edomite men provide their women, okay, within their blessing. All right, he looks down on you if you can't provide their lifestyle. That's why the high value man is based off of salary. Okay, not about how he can lead the house, not about how he can help raise children, not about how he can take the pressure off the woman. Okay, that has nothing to do with high value in this society. It's about what type of lifestyle you can provide. All right, and it's based off what Edomite standards. Okay, you see Eve riding around with the little dog in her lap. You're like, what are you doing? You know, and I base a lot of things off of, you know, how our grandparents, you know, you look at our grandparents, because they're like the last resemblance of order, you know, that we pretty much had. Okay, and I look at them, and I hold, and I compare, you know, what's going on now to back then. You know, and you like I say, you see Eve with the little dog riding in the lap, man. You think about your grandmother, you be like, damn, that's off. Like, what is she doing? You know, it is, you got a little dog, all right, in your lap, imitate middle class Edomite women, okay, but your mother's skills is terrible, man. Okay, it's like it's just so vain. Everything is based in vanity, man. You know, he's like, what the hell are you doing? You see, he Jake, you know, Jake be trying to imitate the Edomite male too. Okay, them little ass, you know, them little pants, them little suits, you know, with them pants with your ankle showing, the shoes with no socks, tripping. Okay, and Jake always failed trying to imitate these goddamn Edomites, man. You know, always goddamn, it always end up bad for Jake to try to imitate, okay, these Edomites, man. All right, let's go from there real quick, because the scripture tell us how to, you know, wait on the Lord. You know, the Lord finna do good things for his people. And the only way you shortcut in this society is if you become an adversary to the Most High. Okay? So that's selling out. Like I say, it's on every level. You know, whether you sell out for millions and record deals and athlete contracts, or, you know, you just sell out, you know, and become engulfed in this anti-Messiah culture and doctrine, you know, for some type of prosperity, man. You know, you sold out. You go to the book of Sirach, get a few more. All right, this is the book of Sirach, chapter, I think it's 11. Okay. Yep, this is Sirach 11 and 21. It said, marvel not at the works of sinners, but trust in the Lord and abide in thy labor. For it is an easy thing in the sight of the Lord on the sun to make a poor man rich. You know? And one thing about it, you know, as we grow and we get closer to our power, you know, there's no feeling that can replace, all right, the feeling of being pleasing, like the Lord dealing. You know, the Lord show us signs, you know, that he dealing. Nothing can replace that. You know, money, you know, women, you know, status in this society, like nothing can replace that, man. You know, and whatever the Lord got for us, man, you know, he got for us, man. And we know that this is a temporary condition. That's the good thing about the gospel. You know, we have an expectation, okay? And we can defer the so-called, you know, prosperity of this world. You know, we're pretty much dead to it because we know what we got coming. All right. But Esau, Edom, when you don't have that hope, when you, the scripture say, where there's no vision, the people perish. Okay. And now people perish because they try to make a way by becoming adverse to righteousness, man. You know, that's the only path, okay, to So-called prosperity and success in this life is to become adverse to righteousness, man. Okay, and the ultimate test is going to be the C hip. You know, when this man presents the C hip, okay, as a solution to the chaos, all right, that's going to be the ultimate, all right, betrayal, you know, treason against Yahweh Bashim Al Shah. That's why there's no forgiveness to that, man. Okay, and you through. You see, keep reading on. It says, the blessing of the Lord is in the reward of the godly. And suddenly, all right, and suddenly he making his blessing to flourish, man. That's why when Yahweh Shah comes, we're going to be changed in the twinkling of an eye. We're going to become immortal instantly. Okay? Yeah, you look at, the afflictions and, sometimes we have not, okay? Sometimes we scrape to get by, okay? But guess what? The reward of the Lord going to come instantly, man. At the twinkling of an eye, you're going to be immortal. Okay, even if you die in your Howard shot, guess what? You're going to be the first to become immortal. You know, even before those that remain. Okay, a donkey sound. I don't know if y'all can hear it. You know, there it is, man. Okay, so reading it again, it says, say not what profit is there of my service, okay, and what good things should I have hereafter, okay. So we have to understand that the Lord already told us the reward, man. Okay, immortality, man. A little one shall become 1,000, a small one a great nation. You know how you how our kingdom, okay, is going to be built out of precious stones. Okay, we're going to enslave the heathen, man. Okay, and much more. You know, there's so much more. You know, we just have a piece of what the Lord gonna do for us, man. Just enough for us to have, faith, and to believe beyond this current society, man. You know, but our forefathers left an example, okay, that righteousness, okay, outweighs temporary, temporary prosperity, man. You know, or temporary material things, man. Because if we're not blessed in the kingdom, it's temple. Like whatever our people blessed in, whatever status our people got in this society is temporal. you know, and I get this in the book of Hebrews, close it out. All right, this is the book of Hebrews, chapter 11. You know, it's good to be poor. Okay, it's better to be check to check with the righteous, all right, than to be prosperous in this time with the wicked, man. Okay, because we have our mind on the eternal. you know, this is Hebrews 11 and 20, 23 says, by faith, Moses, when he was born, was hid 3 months of his parents because they saw he was a proper child and that they were not afraid of the king's commandment. By faith, Moses, when he was come to years, refused to be called the son of Pharaoh's daughter, choosing rather to suffer affliction. All right, choosing rather to suffer affliction. Yeah, to suffer affliction with the people of the Most High than to enjoy the pleasures of sin for a season. The pleasures of sin for a season. The majority of our people in this time, they would take the pleasures of sin for a season. What that little Eve said, she said, "Look, I'd rather do sin. Okay, I'd rather go to hell than to live, by that law." Roughly paraphrasing, a little rebellious Eve. She said, "I go to hell. I'd rather go to hell, man. Okay, I'd rather enjoy my pleasures in sin and go to hell than to live, by the law." Okay, and that's the mindset of the masses of our people, man. All right, they choose these temporal pleasures over everything. This governs their decision making. These temporal pleasures, man. Okay, and it says, all right, verse 26. It says, esteeming the reproach of Yahweh Shai, greater riches than the treasures of Egypt, for he had respect unto the recompense of the reward. Okay? So Moses had faith in the promise, man. He had faith in the promise. He esteemed what was promised to him from Yahweh Bashem Al Shai above, okay, everything that was around him, man. You know? And that's through faith. You see, and that's the type of thinking, type of faith, that's gonna get us beyond, okay, the affliction and the trials, man, is having faith in that promise more than these temporary things that we see, in this society, man. These temporary riches, man. Okay? I want to get that word adversary, you know. This is the brother Nabala, GMS Virginia Island Straight Gate. It says adversary, someone or something that struggles with, opposes, or resists, enemy or opponent. And Esau is an enemy, okay, to order. He's an enemy to righteousness, man. And he wants to go all out. This new world order is about him establishing, okay, a kingdom that's completely adverse, okay, to righteousness, man. Okay, completely adverse to it, man. you know. So either you're being groomed, to be compatible with this adverse kingdom, or we're being groomed, okay, to be joint heirs with Yahweh Shah, man. Okay, that hopeful elect. So Lord will, you brothers, all right, and you sisters edify once again and give all praise and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem Kakadash, and double honors unto the apostles and the elders of GMS who rule well, teach well, being great example to our younger brothers, and peace and blessings, salutations, hopefully, shalom.